there, and welcome to Speak English with Christina, where you'll have fun becoming fluent in American English. I'm your English coach, Christina, and let me ask you a question. Has this ever happened to you? You're in a conversation and suddenly you don't have the specific word you need. You hesitate. You search for your perfect word. The conversation stops. And there's that terrible, awkward silence while you're looking for your words. It's so frustrating. Today, you'll learn how to avoid this situation and continue the conversation fluently even when you don't have the exact right word. Let's go. Before we start, let me share with you the site italki, where you can increase your speaking fluency and get lots of conversation practice. Plus, you'll get $10 in italki credits when you buy your first lesson because I have a special partnership with them. The link is below the video, so be sure to check it out after today's lesson. Now, what if you don't have the exact word you need? Here are 3 ways to continue the conversation fluidly. I call them silly words because they sound funny, but they're actually very common expressions that we native speakers use. In fact, if you use them, people might be so impressed that they don't notice that you didn't have the precise word you're missing. So, win-win situation. These are words like thingamajig. Say that one with me. Thingamajig. Thingamajig. Or another one, whatchamacallit. A whatchamacallit. A whatchamacallit. Or perhaps the most common, thingy. Thingy. We use these words in the place of the precise word that we don't have. For example, this little part of a puzzle piece. Do you know what it's called? Yeah, I don't know what this is called. So I might say this little thingy on the puzzle piece is missing. Or the little thingamajig on the puzzle piece is missing. Or maybe I want Roman to give me this thing so that I can take my Thanksgiving turkey out of the oven. If for some reason I forget the precise word for this, I would say, Roman, hand me the whatchamacallit so that I can take the turkey out of the oven. Hand me the whatchamacallit so I can take the turkey out of the oven. Notice that I gave a little description of what I want to do so that the other person can guess what I'm talking about. If I just say, oh, hand me the whatchamacallit, or hand me the thingy, it's a little hard for the other person to know what you're talking about. Sometimes I get very specific questions like this from clients. Christina, what's the English translation for otorhinolaryngol? I can't even pronounce that word in French, but it's spelled like this. Otorhinolaryngologist? Maybe? Correct me if I'm wrong. Anyway, they feel like they need to have this very specific vocabulary to sound intelligent or correct. But in reality, Even we native speakers use simpler, more general words. For example, what is the exact translation of this very difficult word in French? In English, it's otorhinolaryngologist. Yeah, good luck with that pronunciation. Even for us Americans, it's hard, so we use the more general word, ear, nose, and throat doctor. Ear, nose, and throat doctor. Simpler, easier, and just as effective. Another example. Let's talk about food. Maybe you have one word in English to designate the ensemble of fork, knife, and spoon. In English, we do too. Cutlery or silverware. But if you don't have that specific word, you can use the more general forks, knives, and spoons. Another example. Maybe you don't know the exact word for this or for this, but you probably know the general word boat. Is it less precise? Yes, but it allows you to continue the conversation fluidly, so it's better than silence. Let's take those last examples. You want to tell your American friend about your last weekend, where you went to the beach and you went on a boat. In your head, you're thinking of this type of boat, but you don't have the precise word for it, so you can describe it. For example, I went on a small boat that uses wind to move forward. I went on a small boat that uses wind to move forward. And then your friend will probably confirm your description by saying, "You mean a sailboat?" And bam, you've learned a new word, a sailboat. Another example. Let's say that you've lost Yes, it's Hello Kitty. Yeah. But you've lost it. You're frantically looking for it, and your American colleague asks, "What are you looking for?" But you don't have the precise word for but you can describe it. I lost my little bag where I put pencils in. It's Hello Kitty. I lost my little bag where I put pencils in. And they'll answer, you mean your pencil case. Pencil case. And again, a new word for you. When we describe things, we often use relative clauses like a person who, a person who. A thing that, or a place where, a place where. You don't know the exact word for this job, so you could describe it as a person who sells fruit and vegetables at the market. Maybe you don't know the exact word for this object. You could say, the thing that opens wine bottles. And if you don't have the exact word for this place, then you can say, the place where you have a lot of stores and you go shopping. So you can use the vocabulary that you already have to describe the things that you don't know the exact name for. It's the same technique that we native speakers use, and being able to do this is part of speaking fluent English, perhaps even more so than knowing every single precise vocabulary word. What about you? Do you use any of these techniques in your conversations? Did you know words like thingamajig, whatchamacallit, and thingy before you watched this video? Tell me your stories in the comments below so that we can all learn from you. And be sure to check out italki with the link below the video so that you can practice all of these techniques in real conversations. Thank you so much for watching Speak English with Christina, and I'll see you next week.